Hey guys, Keith here. Two guys how to. June's with me as usual. And we put a new circuit panel on this Bunn. It's the Ultra 2. And we think one of the solenoids on the side that does the cooling, that regulates the valve, is bad. There are these solenoids down in there. So you got two screws down here. We took that off. And we'll show you these solenoids here. And they just sit right down. This is your front cover, and they just sit right here. Make sure the unit's unplugged. And these control, that's a solenoid that lets the high and the low side circulate and get the coolant, which freezes these different tubes in here inside the hopper. So we're gonna go ahead and swap these out. We got two of them in the mail. They're a little shorter. They said they were an exact fit, but we're gonna see. Maybe we're gonna have to make some adjustments to the bracket. So in order to get there, you got to take this front cover off. You got a bolt right in the center and the bottom. And you got two on the sides. One here and one on the opposing side. They're all flathead screwdrivers. So we're gonna get those, take those off. June's gonna take that off, expose that front cover. And he took off the other side cover. That way he can get to the back side of the bolt here. There's one bolt on this side, one bolt on that side. And we just have a regular flathead screwdriver. He's got a little stubby flathead screwdriver. And we have another little teeny screwdriver, which we're gonna use to get these little side clips off here. So once we get this off and we pull this cover down, you got to be careful because there's wires back there hooked up to this main control panel and circuit board that's back there. So you're just going to pull down on it gently. There's a little lip here, it comes out, and don't rip it off because you'll rip that wires right out of that circuit panel. There's a plug back there that you can disconnect and just pull it out gently. Take that off, set that to the side. And June's gonna get up in here with the screwdriver.
You got these two bolts over here.
Oh yeah, there's two bolts in the front here. And that holds these brackets in that hold those little solenoids.
We're gonna change them both. So.
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and change the pair of solenoids. That way we don't have any problems. If we change one side, the other side's most likely gonna go bad at the same time. That way we know they're changed at the same time, and the life of them will last generally about the same. Each side will be changed identical. We'll do it in pairs. And you got a little clip in there. Can I show him that C-clip there, June? There's a little C-clip, and he's just popping it out with that screwdriver. Make sure the power's turned off, you will get shocked. So he's gonna get that C-clip out of there. Set that down to the side, and you can see what it looks like. And he's got another one over here that he took off, and then these are pretty much ready to come out. Just disconnect the wires, take some pictures of it first. Let me get over here. Take some pictures of it and put it back together the same way. And I think we're gonna have to fight with this bracket a little bit, bend it up a little bit to get these relays to pop out of there. He's almost got it down. He's just gonna push down on the top, and that whole bracket slides up out of there, and you can see this. And we're gonna clean this terminal lightly. And you can see down in there, it's got a lot of white, milky corrosion. And you could probably clean it, but we're not gonna risk it. We're just gonna get rid of them. And this one on this side, it's got a little bit of white buildup, not too much.
It looks kind of burnt.
Yeah, so we're just gonna swap them out. We're gonna swap them out and clean them up and put the new ones in. And you can see the new ones aren't nearly as tall. So I'm not quite sure how they're gonna lock in. These newer ones should have a tab here. And these older ones have a little tab that fits into that bracket perfect. So we're gonna try it. If not, we're gonna send these things back. But I think we should probably clean up these terminals here. Grease them up. Feel all right?
Yeah, let's make sure it's magnetic too.
So we're gonna lightly just clean these up. Maybe use a little bit of emery cloth or some steel wool, and put some dielectride grease on it, which is this stuff here, made by Permatex. And we're gonna grease that up, put it back together, as well as grease these contacts in the front. And that way everything's good to go. So June's gonna go get some emery cloth, and we're gonna get this cleaned up and get this thing working properly. So June's just gonna use some emery cloth gently. You don't wanna break any of these, any of the condenser hoses that are coming from this compressor. But you want to clean off and get those nice and clean. And let's see if I can get around this angle here. Might be a little better. You can see he's down in there and he's got a little bit of emery cloth. He's just wrapping around each one. You don't want to wear them out. Just get them clean. Get any of that black kind of like soot. Looks like a little bit of grease that's on there. And man, that's nice and shiny now. So he's gonna go to this other one and do the same thing. I'm gonna hold it so it doesn't move around a lot on him. And he's just using some emery cloth. We get it by a roll, a big huge tape roll of it. Just one less thing to do. When we're in here, you might as well clean it. And if you call the repair guy out, that's all he's gonna do. If he even does this, he'll swap these solenoids out and head on out and send you a bill. So they're good and clean now. So we're gonna take some of that dielectric grease and put that on them. And remember, take pictures so you remember where this wiring goes. And he's just gonna put a little dab of that grease on each one. Get it on there, that'll fight corrosion, give it better connections, better connectivity. Okay, so we got these new solenoids, and of course they quite don't match when you order them online. The originals have a little a little stud sticking up that goes right into the notch on this bracket. So when it slides in, it's perfect. It holds it in place. The ones we got, we just got in the mail, are shorter. So I'm already not liking it. I'm a little bit irritated, but it is what it is. We're gonna make do. So we're gonna put the 2 guys how-to charm on it. And take these brackets, a little pair of pliers here, and we're just going to pinch them down just a little bit, not much, just a little. And we've got some rubber gaskets that we got from like you would put inside a hose or some kind of rubber O-ring. We got them in the shop. You can get them at the hardware store, and that's going to fill the gap on top. So when we put that in there like so, we're gonna go ahead and just slide this gasket right in there, and it's gonna be a nice tight fit. This one I'm gonna open up just a little bit. Pinched it a little too much. And you can see how tight of a fit that is. We're just gonna push that bad boy in, like so. And we're going to be ready to install these, so. Yeah, super tight fit. And you can see now it's super tight. And the O-ring, you can see all the way through it, so. going in there. Good to go. They seem pretty tight. The wires will hold them straight, and the sides of that cabinet will hold it straight as well. They're not going to loosen up. And we can see it. We got it back on. We're just pushing the clips back in there. Same way we took it out, same way it's going back in. And these wires, we had the wires a different way. We had the brown on the outside, and we had a white. And then we had this jumper white on the very outside over there. And we had this red, and the last one's a white, the jumper. And we put dielectric grease in all of these as well. And it holds it like that. You want to turn it on to see if, see what happens. And we can also do a little minor pinch to this as well. Now that it's on there, and it made it a little more snug. So let's plug it in, see if the compressor turns on. Oh, we got to turn the circuit board on. Put the circuit pin on there. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together the same way. Once again, plug that on in there. Be real gentle with it. Don't force it on there. It should go in right nice and easy. And this little tab here will just go up underneath this lip and push up on it and snap it into place. And you got 2 bolts back on this. That way it doesn't move. We can plug it in now. That way the circuit panel is nice and tight on there. And we can listen for all the relays clicking over here and the compressor turning on. And these particular solenoids, it's hard to say. Like I said, they're a little smaller. It's a B as in boy, U as in university, 28480 0000. And we got them from a place online. I can't remember which one. Got them on eBay from a guy. Yeah, let's turn it on. They were 25 bucks each and $5 to deliver. So we're gonna go ahead, and I can hear them clicking over here. And the one solenoid before was incredibly hot when it was running. And watch out, I'm touching it now, but you can get electrocuted. So, let's turn it on here. Set them both to cold. Left ice. Oops. Did. Okay, we're going to turn this auger off because we got a bunch of ice in there. So we've got both of these. I put it to left ice here. And I'm actually going to turn it down to chill and then turn the auger off. Now the auger will just mess with the seal when you got the ice chill. That's why we changed the solenoid, because it's freezing out, but it's not going back and forth. It shouldn't freeze all the time. It should freeze and kind of stop. So I'm going to feel these. They're both moderately warm. Before, one of them was real hot, like real hot. And right now the consistency of both of them feels the same. If you had a temperature gun and you shot it on those, they would almost be identical right now. But one of them was super hot and the other one was cold. And sometimes maybe half of this will ice up and and it won't quite ice the whole thing. On this particular model, we think that it was just icing the whole entire tube in there and not stopping. So we're gonna let this run a little while. We're outside, we're not in ideal conditions right now. And we're gonna let this thing run and let it get a little bit slushy going on and get it ready for this party this weekend. So if your solenoids are bad, maybe your AC is not kicking on or something's not quite chilling right, get you these new solenoids, get them online. If they don't match the original, just pinch the bracket down a little bit more, take this front cover off, remove the bracket, and pop them out of there gently, unplug everything, put it back together, and get back on. And that's it. It's working properly. It's freezing up. We're outside, so we're going to put some Star San in here, which is a drinkable sanitizer, and clean these up and get ready for the party this weekend. And you can too. So if you notice your settings on here are uppercase and lowercase, don't get alarmed and be super confused. Uppercase means it's freezing, it's getting up to the temperature. Lowercase means it's reached the temperature, and it's going to sit there on the lowercase letters, ICE. We're out of here. Two Guys How To. Get some of it. I'll show you what's up over here, show you the machine's working. This is grain alcohol and probably almost a gallon and a half fruit punch. We want 150 proof grain, and everyone's complaining it's too strong, so I just added some water. And you can see it's freezing up, totally frozen. I got it on chill right now. And on this side we're running some Turkey Hill. The rainbow sherbet. I had the orange sherbet, but we ran out, so I went to the basement. This is what we had in the other refrigerator before I run to the store. And I added two of these to 1 pint. What's up? It's okay. And we're gonna mix this right in. This is how you do it. And they're loving this drink right here.
I love my wife so much I can't even kiss her. Alcohol, no.
I usually use two of these to one of these half gallons of sherbet, but let's make it strong. They've already warmed up to the other stuff, so we'll hit them hard. Just put that bad boy right in there like that. Just let that machine turn it up. It's gonna turn it up. Scrape a little bit of this out. Give them that holiday mix. Give them that good mix.
Hold on, wait a minute, I gotta take a selfie.
And that's a done deal. Let it mix up, put the lid on it. Set this thing down to chill, which it's already on. And I don't know whose cup this is. But you can see the one cup that's in there already comes out. It's kind of like a mimosa, but frozen. Fix that machine, fill it up with whatever you want, and get tipsy. Two Guys How To. I'm out.
I'm not a pig, I'm a lawyer.